Today in Smackey's Garage, I'm going to be building this Vyper cart. We're going to be adding to my Vyper shop equipment collection. I already have the chair there. Now that I have this, we're going to see how well it holds up and how well built it is. I've been very impressed with the Vyper chair that I have. We're going to see, am I just as impressed with this Vyper cart here? We're going to go ahead, test it out, and I'm going to give you my first impressions of it. All right, so I've been cross-shopping tool carts for a little while now, and this is the one that I'm ending up with. Now, there's a few different reasons why I'm looking for one, but I think one of the main reasons is I'm looking for something to do projects with and to be able to store heavy things. The intent of me purchasing this, I need a place for my snowmobile projects engine and a lot of the parts that I'm purchasing for it, because I'm trying to keep everything co-located in one area, and having a tool cart is great for that. So we're going to go ahead and pull a few of these things out of it, but as you get in here and you start looking at some of the parts, things look really well built. Now, it's interesting as I'm taking this apart and looking at them, I mean, these tires are pretty heavy. I mean, they're very, very beefy. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and start putting this together, but I'm not going to do it step by step in the video. I mean, I'm putting together a tool cart, so it's really not that difficult, but there's a lot of hardware, so it's going to take some time. I'm also going to key in on a few different things in this. After I put this together, I'll say what I liked, what I didn't like about the installation, and I'll also show you the instruction manual. I do like the instruction manuals that Vyper puts together on their products. So another reason why I bought this, I really like American-made products, especially for tool carts and garage stuff. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at some of the stuff that came with it. Now, one of the things that I like about these Vyper products is they really give you high quality hardware with it. Nothing's really cheaped out on. And you can't say that for a lot of other manufacturers when they provide this hardware. And I'd have to say they do probably have one of the better assembly guides that I've seen when I put things together. You know, you really don't often get an assembly guide that's really detailed, shows you exactly what you need to use, have CAD drawings, plus have the bolts actually in 1-to-1 size so you can match them up if you want. And then warn you, as you use it, no elephants are allowed on the tool cart. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put this together now. All right, so I'm definitely making some progress on it. I got these all together. One of the nice things that I didn't know about it that I like about it is every leg has a bottle opener on it. So that's something cool to see on this. But everything so far so good, going together nice and easy. Now, what would be helpful right now is if they provided a mini tool cart so that you could put all the hardware on as you're building this, because like I was showing earlier, there is a lot of hardware. So I was only supposed to do 3 legs to start, probably to make it easier to get these in. But I guess I'm going to be making it a little bit harder on myself. I guess if I go like this and I tip it and lose all the hardware on the ground, I should be able to still put this together. Yeah. Now this is really where your tool cart becomes useful, because you can start using it as a tool cart. I'm going to be using it to hold my hardware. And I was talking about them using high quality parts. If you take a look here, each one of the casters that are movable has a grease fitting on it. All right, so we're on 4 wheels now. I can go ahead and finish everything up, and then made a massive mess out of the garage, so I gotta clean everything up around here. All right, so the car's built, and I gotta say, it is beefy. This is one hefty cart. It is pretty heavy when you look at it as itself, but it does feel really nice. I mean, it is really stiff, it is really sturdy. It's nice having the lockers on the bottom. Now, I'm going to walk you through the things that I like about it. Now, I think it's really cool that it does have bottle openers here. That was a nice little Easter egg to find. It does come with these rubber pads for the top of each one of these. I do like it. It is nice to have on it. You know, one of the other things that I noticed on them, when you look at it, there's actually drain holes on each one. So if you do end up spilling something on there, there's not a problem to drain it. It's nice that this came with it. Now the wheels and casters, they really will roll over anything. So as I'm adding weight to this, I need to make sure that those are locked, because as I'm noticing, as I'm adding weight to it, my garage isn't perfectly level, so I want to make sure I don't have it move and run into any of the cars or anything around it. Now the handle here, nice and sturdy. It feels really good. It's really solid. And I mean, overall, you get what you're paying for. You're paying $700 or so for a cart. It's going to be a quality cart. Now let me go ahead and load this up with all the stuff that I was planning to load it up with. Now, my intent for this cart isn't just to use it as like tool storage, but it's actually to use it as a table for a lot of the projects that I'm doing. So coming up on the channel, I'm gonna be doing some snowmobile work. So that means I want all my snowmobile parts in one place. So I do have this engine that I'm planning on putting into the sled, and I wanna make sure that I have it here and off my bench, because I'd really like my bench parts, my bench space back. And I mean, this is not a light engine. I mean, it's probably 100 or so pounds. It's a two-stroke. It's not that light, but it's not that heavy. Then got the clutch. So the clutch is going on it. Add more to it. Got the Y pipe, a bunch of the gaskets, and I'm getting a lot of my space back. And that pretty much freed up the space that I didn't have before. So now that I can move this out of the way, I feel really good about it. Now with everything on it, it definitely rolls nicely. It's not gonna have any problems moving any stuff around. So I'm just gonna go ahead, set this up here, and get ready for the next project. All right, so separately, I got a bunch of parts in the mail for this to put different accessories on. So I got one of the plates that is down here. I got this back here just to put things on the side. And then I got the paper towel holder right down there, which my son has obviously started playing with. Now, from an accessory standpoint, I really do like the way that this is set up now. I think it's simple enough for my working. I don't need the tool holders yet. I think what I'm gonna try to do is work with what I have. Now, as you can see, I'm starting another project right now. I'm gonna be rebuilding, restoring my snowmobile. So I have all the parts here for that project. So this is exactly what I intended for this to be. So it's for one location for me to keep all the tools and all the parts that I'm using for my rebuilds. So it does work for what I'm using it for. Now, I guess the big question is, you know, this thing is expensive. I think fully outfitted, this is somewhere between $800 and $900, the way that I have it. And that's really expensive for a tool cart. So when you do this, I think for myself, it's made in the USA, so I really like that. You know, it is very well built. It is very, very robust and strong. Like, don't get me wrong there, but still very expensive for a tool cart. Now, if you're doing some general shop work and small things, you probably don't need this, but this is a really nice piece to have in the garage. So I think that's it. I'm really happy with it, the way that it's built right now. This is the way I'm gonna be using it. It's great to work on some of the projects that I have, so I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the snowmobile back together. Thanks for tuning in this week on Smackey's Garage. I'll see you next time.